Good to see you, Cloud.
Hey guys, my name is Infinite Paladin, and happy 3 years of Final Fantasy VII Remake. To celebrate, I'll be looking at the Final Fantasy VII Remake Play Arts Kai. Oh, I've been looking forward to this. If you don't know who Sephiroth is, he's the guy from Smash Bros. Who almost killed Mario. Oh no! Jokes aside, Sephiroth is the main villain of Final Fantasy VII. He's one of the most famous Final Fantasy characters and video game villains in general. He's personally one of my favorite villains. Even if you haven't played the game, you probably know his name, what he looks like, and his banner of a theme, One Winged Angel. I had the pleasure of hearing this live at the 7 Remake Orchestra. Uematsu and Sakaguchi were there. Ooh! This figure is part of Square Enix's Play Arts Kai line based on 7 Remake. I already have a small collection of 7 Remake figures, and Sephiroth is my latest addition. I got him from Ami for about $80 in early December, so I had him for a few months now. But every time I play with the figure, I am wowed by it. Play Arts Kai did an excellent job of adapting his game model to a physical figure. He looks exactly how he does in Remake. The details on him are exquisite, like the sculpted pattern and metal dents on his pouch rings, the folds on his clothes in some of these grainy areas simulating texture, the lines on his cloak, all these little details on his belt. Tetsuya Nomura really loves his belt, and his long, beautiful silver hair. I really like how his hair was done. The hair on other Play Arts Kai figures is solid and doesn't move, but Sephiroth was given posable locks to make his hair flow, which is a cool and well executed idea. This kind of hair can only be cleaned with an entire bottle of shampoo. I am not making this up. Sephiroth canonically uses an entire bottle to wash his hair. Why do I know this? His head sculpt is well done too. Look at his shit-eating grin. The face doesn't look as detailed compared to the bots and promo pictures, but it looks menacing enough. My biggest nitpick though is his eye color. I wish they were a brighter shade of green like in the game, but those glaring pupils are undeniably great. His eyes will haunt you and stay in your memories forever. Cloud really needs a restraining order against this guy. Now let's look at his accessories. I can't talk about Sephiroth without his iconic Masamune. Look at the length of this thing. Masamune is why the box is so damn wide. To have Sephiroth hold it, you need one of these hands. I'll talk about the others after. The hand just slides onto this peg, and to put Masamune in his hand, you have to first take off the butt cap, slide the hilt through his hand, then put the cap back on. It's a good way to make sure Masamune doesn't slide out. A bit of caution though. The butt cap was tight on my copy, and I struggled to take it off the first time, so be careful. And just in case you want to remove it, I leave a tiny but unnoticeable gap to make it easier. Wow! Sephiroth looks so complete with Masamune in hand. It's one of the most memorable aspects of his character. It's very detailed and accurate to the game's design. It's also very pointy if you poke at the tip. Oh, this is so messed up. I am so sorry for this. I am so sorry. My Aerith figure includes a closed eye face and praying hands. The opportunity to recreate her death scene was right there. We're going to see this again in Rebirth anyway. Maybe. Going back to Masamune, there is a potential flaw. To make up for its length, it is thin. Not as thin as a ruler, but still thin enough that you can snap it, and that is something you don't want to do for a figure of this price. Now let's look at his other accessories. Sephiroth comes with alternate hands on this, base? Handstand? I honestly don't know what this thing is called. Please leave a comment below if you know. As I said earlier, these hands just slide onto these pegs. He has a pair of fists, a pair of wielding hands for a two-handed pose, a pair of what I call neutral hands, and a pair of open hands. This right open hand is my favorite. It helps recreate the scene from Advent Children when Sephiroth summons a storm. And it looks like he's offering you pears.
Shall I give you despair?
A despair joke. How original. Cloud, I have a wonderful gift for you. Shall I give you these? These spare? These pairs of nuts. Finally, for accessories, Sephiroth comes with one alternate face. To remove it, you have to first remove his hair. This is what happens when you don't wash your hair. Then take off his faceplate like this. It looks horrifying. He looks like his mom. There we go. This face is nice, I guess, but I don't know why it's included. I don't remember Sephiroth ever closing his eyes in Remake. The closest his eyes were closed was when... That doesn't really count, especially since that's not actually Sephiroth, but I'll happily recreate it. All these accessories are great, but I'm sad there's one that wasn't included, and that's Sephiroth's black wing. One winged angel, more like no winged angel. I'm not really sure why PlayArts didn't include it. He's known for having a black wing since Kingdom Hearts 1. Maybe it's a spoiler that he has it? It was a surprise for me when I saw it for the first time. I didn't expect him to have it this early in the story. Spoiler or not, I wish it was included, especially since the box is so huge. I'm sure the wing could have been included somehow. But if I'm being honest, I'm not too mad about it, as I'm having so much fun with him. Especially when I pose him. Ball joint at the head. He can turn his head from side to side. He can look down that far, but can't really look up because of his hair. His arms can go this far forward and this far backwards, but he can only bring his arms this far up because of these poutrons. It's a shame because he can't fully T-pose to assert dominance. Elbow joint, wrist swivel, up and down at the wrist, waist swivel, can arc and can crunch forward, ratchet rotation at the legs, can move back this far, but it does break his cloak. A spread, thigh rotation, knee bend, up and down at the ankle, somewhat of a pivot, and a toe bend. Articulation is somewhat limited, but he can do some amazing action poses. Throughout this video, I've been displaying Sephiroth on this stand. This is the default PlayArts Kai stand. Sephiroth can stand fine on his own, but I like to keep him on the stand for extra stability, especially when he's holding Masamune. Now let's do some size comparisons. Here's SH Figuarts Anya, Kingdom Hearts Nendoroid Sora, Mario,
Will you endure?
Transformers Legacy Armada Hotshot, my previously reviewed Legacy Armada Starscream, the biggest Transformer I own right now, Legacy Transmetal 2 Megatron, and finally, Cloud Strife and my other Final Fantasy figures. Whew, they look so great together! I posed them together many times before, but I get excited every time, especially when I recreate Remake's final battle against Sephiroth. I sadly don't have Barret or Red 13, but I don't mind it too much. These three were my main team in this fight. The final battle against Sephiroth is my favorite video game fight ever, and recreating it on my desk just makes me... Woo! Let's go!
This one's for you! Ha! Let's finish it! Ha! Yeah!
Let's dance, asshole!
As you can probably guess, I highly recommend this figure if you're a Final Fantasy VII fan. This is a figure you don't want to miss getting. If you want to get one for yourself, I recommend using AmiAmi. I'm not sponsored by them, just want to shout them out for this wonderful discount. It's hard to say when the sale will end though, because it's been active for a long while. It was active when I ordered my copy in late November. I do think he's worth getting at normal price, but if the discount is still up, now would be an excellent time to get him. Before I go, I have some final words to say, not about Sephiroth, but Final Fantasy VII in general. I love the games and the characters, especially you. Final Fantasy VII has become a part of my life. I'm very excited about what's coming in the future, like Rebirth and the last of the trilogy. I want to get the other PlayArts Kai figures, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming Zack figure.
Me? Gungaga.
I had to make that joke eventually. But yeah, I'm grateful to Final Fantasy VII. Thank you all for listening and watching. If you enjoyed this review and like more, please subscribe. If you want to know what I do outside of YouTube, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Paladin's Toys. Now, I'll be ahead on my way. See you guys next time.